student. Today I am going to start first chapter of class 11th, that is some basic concept of chemistry. Before going to the topics, have you any idea how our body convert food into energy, or how medicine cure illness, or how fuel help in driving vehicle? Answer to all these similar questions is a single word, that is chemistry. So what is a chemistry? Chemistry is defined as that branch of science which deal with the study of composition, structure and properties of matter and the changes which the matter undergoes under different conditions and the law which govern these changes. Chemistry is one of the most important, oldest, vast and highly developed branch of science. All other branches of science are highly dependent upon chemistry. A knowledge of chemistry is essential in the study of other branches of science such as biology, agriculture, astronomy, engineering, medicine, etc. Chemistry also giving the life-saving drugs such as cisplatin, Taxol or AZT. AZT is azithromycin. This is a drug for AIDS victim. The main branches of chemistry is organic chemistry, inorganic chemistry, physical chemistry and analytical chemistry. Let's look at each one by one. First, what is organic chemistry? Study of compound of carbon except carbonate, cyanide, bicarbonate, carbide, isocyanide and oxide of carbon. In this branch of science or chemistry, we study only the hydrocarbons and their derivatives. And what is inorganic chemistry? In this branch we study the all known element except organic compound, that is hydrocarbons, the compound having the carbon and hydrogens. And third is physical chemistry. In physical chemistry, physical properties and constitutions of matters, that is temperature, pressure, light, concentration, etc. And the last is analytical chemistry. It deals with various methods of analysis of chemical substances, both qualitative and quantitative. It includes chemical and physical method of analysis. Now, what is matter? Matter is defined as anything that occupies space, possesses mass and the presence of which can be felt by any one or more of our five senses. Substance is also made up of matter, and all matter has a unique properties. Now, there are two ways of classifications of matter. The first is physical classifications and the second is chemical classification. What is a physical classification? Based on physical state under ordinary conditions of temperature and pressure, that is solid, liquid and gases. It means any matters that are classified on the basis of their external features, like this pen is solid. Okay. On their external feature, we can say this pen is solid. On the external features, they are classified into solid, liquid and gases. And next is the chemical classifications. Matter exists in the nature in the form of chemical substance. For example, when we heated this pen, then what reactions will occur? On this basis, matter also classified as chemical classifications. Here, matters are classified as physical classification and chemical classifications. The physical classification also classified in three ways. First, solid, liquid and gases. Solid, when the particles in matters are closely packed. You can see all the particles of matter are very closely packed. This is called a solid. When there are some gaps between the particles like this, there are some gaps between the particles, such type of matter is called liquid. When their particles of matters, there is lots of gaps here, and they can easily move this side, this way, and such matters called gases. Now, what is chemical classifications? In chemical classification, there are two types. The first is mixtures and second is pure substance. What is mixture? Elements or compounds are mixed together in any proportions. For example, seawater. In seawater, it consists of various amount of dissolved salt and water. There are two types of mixture. The first is homogeneous mixture and a heterogeneous mixture. What is a homogeneous mixture? A mixture is said to be homogeneous if its composition is uniform throughout. For example, when we have sugar solutions, in sugar solution, the sugar particles get distributed uniformly throughout the solutions, and when we dissolve the 1 spoon of sugar in water, I am taking the 1 glass of water. When dissolve the 1 teaspoon of sugar, the sugar particles or sugar molecules cannot be seen by naked eyes. Okay, this type of mixture is called a homogeneous mixture. And heterogeneous mixture, a mixture is said to be heterogeneous mixture if its composition is not uniform throughout. For example, sand dissolved in water. When we dissolve the sand in the water, you can easily see the sand particles in water. Such type of mixture is called heterogeneous mixture. Now, what is a pure substance? Substance which contain only one kind of atoms or molecule. For example, in CO2 gas, CO2 is pure substance and it is consist of molecule of carbon dioxide, CO2 that is, and has a carbon and oxygen in fixed ratio. Pure substance can be further divided into element and compounds. First, what is element? The substance which consists of only one kind of atom. For example, sodium, copper, silver, hydrogen, oxygen, etc. And it cannot be decomposed into simpler substance by physical or a chemical method. For example, in oxygen molecules, here's the oxygen molecule, that is O2. There's two oxygen elements. Constituent, you can also show that it's a constituent for elements. O plus O form the O2. It cannot be decomposed into simpler substance. That means O2s cannot be divided into single oxygen and the single oxygens by any physical or a chemical method. So such type of elements called, such type of particles called element. These are element. What is compound? Two or more elements combine chemically in a fixed proportions. For example, that is ammonia water, etc. And it can be decomposed into its constituent elements by chemical method. In element, this is element and it cannot be further divided in its constituents by any physical and chemical method. But in compound, for example, here I am taking a water. Its chemical formula is H2O. The ratio of oxygen to hydrogen is 1:2. Here 1 oxygen and 2 hydrogen. And it can be separated into its constituent hydrogen and oxygen by electrolysis. But it cannot separate it by any physical method like distillations, etc. It means the compound can be further separated by only some chemical method, not by the physical method like distillations. The properties of compounds are different from those of its constituent elements. For example, here the hydrogen is gas and the oxygen is also gas, but when they are react with each other, they form the molecule that is, or compounds, that is H2O, and these compounds are liquid. So the property of compounds are different from those is constituent element. These are elements. Here the singles, these are elements. When they are react to each other, they form the compounds, and these compounds having the different properties than their elements. Compounds are also divided into two types. The first is inorganic compound and the second is organic compound. Inorganic compounds, the compounds obtained from non-living source, like the compound obtained from rocks and minerals is called inorganic compounds, and these compounds accept compounds of carbon and hydrogen, that is hydrocarbon, and these compounds are of carbon and hydrogens. Organic compounds are those compounds having the carbon and hydrogens. Mixture, it can be separated into its constituents by physical properties. For example, when mixtures consisting of iron and sulfur powders can be separated by using magnet. So our next topic is property of matter and their measurement. As we learned, matter is defined as anything that occupies space and possesses mass, and substance made up of matters and has unique property. Here we have a pen. Let's see now we can describe it by looking at and filling the pens. Now our next topic is properties of matter and their measurement. As we learned, matter is defined as anything that occupies space and possesses mass, and substance made up of matter and has unique properties. When here we have a pen, let's see now we can describe it looking at and filling the pen. We can see the pen is a solid and it's a pink color, and it's made up of plastic. These are the physical properties of pen, and these property we can be easily seen or felt, right? So you can say the physical properties are those properties that can be measured or observed without change the identity or the composition of the substance. For example, their color, length, mass, area, textures, plasticity, order, melting point and boiling point, etc. Examples are color, length, mass, area, texture, elasticity, order, melting point and boiling point. Physical properties help us describe substance. However, the description is not sufficient to identify a substance. For example, When we take a sulfur, its state is solid crystal, shape is not defined, color is yellow, and odor is very strong odor. It is not enough because they have the many solids may have the same property, including yellow rubber ball and other solids. Their shapes are not defined, color yellow, odor strong odor. So hence it is necessary to also know the chemical properties of substance to identify correctly. So the chemical properties of substance can be observed when a substance undergoes a chemical change. Flammability, reactivity to acid and reactivity to waters, these are the example of chemical properties. For example, if we burn the sulfur, it produces a blue color flame, and this blue color flame is a result of chemical properties. When performing a chemical experiment, scientists state the physical property of substance, and this involved means the quantity property of substance, quantity to measurement equal to numerical value plus unit. For example, when we weighed the 200 gram of sulfur, where 200 is a number and G is gram is the unit. So measurement of any physical quantity consists of two parts, that is unit and number. The unit and measurement derive from two systems. First is English system and second is metric system. English system, since early times different type of units of measurement have been very popular in different parts of the earth. For example, yard, foot, inches, miles, gallons, etc. But there was no uniformity to convert of one unit to another unit. So in 1791, a French Academy of Science introduced a new measurement, that is metric system, and the unit of physical quantities related to each other as multiply power of 10. For example, 1 kilometer equal to 10 meters into 10 meter into 10 meters, or 1 kilometer equal to 10 to power 3 meter. This system was found to be so convenient for the scientist, so later improved by the General Conference of Weight and Measures in 1960 in France, and is called the International System of Unit, that is SI unit. Symbol is short form is SI unit. Now the 7 basic unit or the 7 basic physical quantities on which the SI unit is based, their symbol, the name of their unit and the symbol of these units are: first, length, mass, time, electric current, thermodynamic temperature, amount of substance, luminous intensity. These are the 7 basic physical quantities and their symbols, their SI unit and the symbol of the SI unit. Length for meter and mass for kilogram in SI units, time for second in SI units, and here the electric current ampere, thermodynamic temperature SI unit is Kelvin, and the amount of the substance is mole, and the luminous intensity is candela. Here the symbol for meter, small m, for kilogram kg, second small s, ampere capital A, Kelvin as capital K, and mole is write as like mole without E, write a mole MOL without E, and is a candela CD. And for this physical quantity, the symbol is length for small l, mass for small m, T for small t, electric current for capital I, and the temperature, the dynamic temperature capital T, amount of substance small n, and luminous intensity I.